What's going on, guys? This is the Erie Better Beer Bureau back at you with another side-by-side beer review. I'm Pat.
And I'm Maury. Today we're going to do a little Oktoberfest side-by-side. We've got two American examples and one from Germany. We have the Spaten, which is the German Oktoberfest. And then we have Straub, which is from St. Mary's, PA, our home state here. And then we have the Barktoberfest from Thirsty Dog out of Ohio. So the glasses are in the same order as the beers. We got the Spaten, the Straub, and the Barktoberfest. So we're going to do a little comparison, and we'll let you know what we think. Start with the Spaten here. Nice light biscuity character.
A very mild fruitiness to it.
Yep.
You know,
that toasted malt.
Yeah, a lot of just really prototypical Oktoberfest aromas coming off this. A nice basic lager.
Yep. Biscuity, light, toasty. Like you said, maybe a mild fruitiness. Let's try the Straub. Wow. What a huge difference.
Much different.
Wow.
There's more of a caramel component to this Straub.
It's very deep and rich smelling, and I get a little bit of hop character on this Straub as well. I got no hops virtually off the Spaten.
And not only that, there was a hint of a fruity aroma on the Spaten. There is way more of a fruity aroma on the Straub here.
But yeah, that kind of biscuity component that was present in the aroma of the Spaten is more of like a caramel malt, or a rich amber malt on the Straub.
Yeah, still a very rich malt component.
Yeah. And the Barktoberfest. Similar to the Straub.
Similar to Straub, but much crisper aroma.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel
a little more
as
bright.
Yeah, it doesn't feel as sticky or deep as the Straub did.
A hint of a little bit of a grassy hop on this one, to where it's light, like you said. I think it's that part of that crispness that I'm getting off this one. But
it smells like there might be a little bit of bite on it as far as the hops go.
All smell different.
Very different, yeah.
But all smell nice.
Yeah.
Let's do the Spot.
And none of them don't smell like an Oktoberfest.
Yes. Cheers.
Cheers.
That one screams lager.
Yeah, and it's almost a little bit on the thin side.
Yeah.
But it's very clean tasting. Very clean tasting. Just this light, crisp lager flavor, that very slight pungency you get on any lager.
Definitely. Yeah, it's toasty, it's light, it's crisp, it has a little bit of that lager pungency. Like there's like when you sip a beer and you get that lager yeast, there is no mistaking it with this beer. I mean, that's the first thing that's kind of just jumped out at me.
But it doesn't have any of the tanginess you find sometime with some of the
It's real smooth on the finish. It has a really smooth finish to it.
It's quite light, but it's all just clean lager Oktoberfest flavor.
Right. Let's move on to the Straub, shall we? Cheers, guys. Cheers. Wow.
Yeah,
I mean, it follows the aroma for me. It has that kind of caramel malt backbone.
It doesn't. It's not a sweet caramel taste though. But there is a lot. It seems like there's a couple more levels below it when compared to the Spaten. There's a richness to it. It's still not. I mean, it's an Oktoberfest. It's not going to be real sticky or real heavy on the mouthfeel. It's still fairly light.
I love this beer. I think it tastes great, but it doesn't scream Oktoberfest to me.
No.
Like, you know what I mean? It's a rich kind of malty, which Oktoberfests are and can be, but there's almost like just a hair too much sweetness to it. A little too much carameliness. Still tastes great. It's good.
And it does have a little bit of that tang that you get on Oktoberfest sometimes.
Just towards the middle, it almost tastes like a Bock or a Maibach or something like that. Like, I mean, it's good.
They make a good Maibach, but
yeah, they do. They make a really good Maibach. Now let's try the Barktoberfest. Cheers.
I'm gonna take another sip of that. It's definitely cleaner than the Straub one, taste-wise.
Oh, way cleaner, yeah.
But there is also more hop component to this one than there is on either of these other two.
Right. And this one has a certain, like, just a feel to the mouth feel that I like of this one. It's not like it's thick or anything,
but it's silky. It's
yeah.
silky whenever you drink it. Just kind of glides
See, this
down.
one, yeah, this one to me, like, I think more so than the Straub. I'm not even saying I like it better as a beer, but it's more of an Oktoberfest to me, the Barktoberfest.
And even compared to the other two, it's even a little bit harsher on the flavor. And there is a definite bitterness on the back end that we didn't get into either of the other two.
All right, I'm going to break down my thoughts on the Oktoberfest here. I think the Spaten is my least favorite of the three. Yeah, it's that traditional German Oktoberfest, but to me, this one almost has a little bit too much of that lager pungency going on, like it has a little hint of Rolling Rock in it or something like that. That may come from the green bottle that they put it in, or that might just be the way. I think I've had Spatens once before, but it was years ago. Still not a bad beer. I think after that, my next favorite is the Straub, although I think I almost like it as much as the Barktoberfest. However, it doesn't scream Oktoberfest for me. Pat compared it to an amber ale a little bit, maybe a Maibach or some sort of Bock. There's just a little bit too much of that like caramel malt thing. I like that. I like the flavor of it, but it tastes the least like an Oktoberfest of the three for me. And then my favorite, I think, is the Barktoberfest, and I think that's because it has a little bit of everything. It has that toasty like biscuit, a little bit of that, that toasted malt, a little bit of that from the hops, and I just think it's appropriately carbonated. I think as far as style is concerned, I'm gonna have to give it to the Barktoberfest from Thirsty Dog on mine.
Okay, yeah, for mine, saying my least favorite, which is not even between the three. They're all good beers. They're all tasty. They're all very drinkable. You don't have to. If someone gave you one of these, you wouldn't hand it back or pour it out. That's the thing. But the Straub is kind of on the low rung here for me. It is kind of the furthest from a traditional Oktoberfest. It is almost like an amber lager. It has a lot of caramel notes, a little bit more sweetness than you really expect out of an Oktoberfest. It's still very smooth, rich, hearty, flavorful. It may not quite be what you're looking for in Oktoberfest, though, but it's a good beer. My next would be the Spaten here. This is the closest you're going to get to a traditional Oktoberfest, German brewed Oktoberfest, which makes sense because it is actually a German brewed beer. It's clean. It doesn't have many extraneous flavors. You just get a fairly straightforward Oktoberfest lager flavor. And if that's what you're looking for, you're going to find it in this beer. Okay. The Barktoberfest is pretty much an American take on a traditional German Oktoberfest. It kicks up the hops a little bit, a little more aggressive with the flavors, and it even has almost a bitter finish on the back end. Carbonation is great on this beer. It's a step short of fizzy, but it lets you know it's there all the time. But it's still easy to drink. If you like Oktoberfests and you like hops, you're gonna like this beer.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree with my number one here with you.
All right, guys. Until next time. Cheers. Today we thought we'd do a little Oktoberfest, as you said, side by side. It's my song.
Mega Man 2.
Yep.